When I find out an artist that inspires me and that makes me grow in my artistic journey, I will always look for his or her books. I think always that is a great addition to have a new book on my shelves of artistic books and to enjoy some of these artists' work. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we will make a book review. It will be my first video that I'm making book review. This time I decided to go with my most beloved and my recent addition to my bookshelf, Elena Bazanova's works. This book I bought it on a Russian website, and it took like several days to have it in my hands, but I think that now it is already available on Amazon too. This book is amazing because it has two languages. It is written in Russian and translated into English. And I think that this is one of those books that everyone wants to have when you find out that inspiring artist that helps you to keep moving, keep growing, and that you understand that never is enough to learn, to progress, and to be better yourself. What I like about this book is that it is written in Russian and in English. The book is not so big, and if considering that the book is half in Russian, half in English, it is an easy reading, and you will see that you will finish it quite well. If considering that I'm looking for this artist to learn from her and how she's painting, this book is not about learning how to paint. It is more like a beautiful book that you can go over and inspire yourself for another paintings, but and it is more likely to have her works in your collection and to see prettier and to read about these techniques that she used on the painting itself. But it is not about step-by-step guide that you can follow along and you can do the same. Anyway, if you are already an artist and you have painted previously, I think that this is an amazing addition, because why not? We can try and just to recreate the techniques that she's using and to make our own stuff, right? If considering that I read recently Still Like an Artist, the book, I think that this book is mostly for myself, that I can steal from her some techniques, some beautiful ideas, and why not to implement into my work. The book starts with Elena Bazanova's CV, and she is one of that artists that all her life she was dedicated to art and to watercolors, and it's great to learn from somebody who have like only 18 years of studies in this field. It is just amazing. And then the beautiful experience of different exhibitions that she had in Russia and abroad, so very, very inspiring. Here it is about the artists that inspired her, mostly her teachers from university, from school, and so on. And here is about herself when she was small, some history as well. Here we can continue to read about her earlier age in the university, her success in the paintings, because she actually is an illustrator. At the beginning she specialized to be an illustrator. She illustrated lots of Russian books, and not only Russian books, but this is one of her specialties. And at the university she evenly her last work was published in the book, so this, I would say that it is an amazing success. This is her daughter, her husband. And here we start with different parts of her professional life, and some of the professional arts implies not only about still life, but as well she have painted landscapes. She had experienced to create books, as I mentioned previously. I bought this book specifically to learn how she's painting her watercolors for still life, and how these watercolors are so fresh and so realistic, because many ways we are making those more like illustrations and not too realistic. And I think that this is just beautiful to follow along what she has seen, how she's working, how she's doing. I was watching one masterclass on YouTube as well. It is really interesting. Her main technique that she's working on her work is wet on wet technique, and then wet on dry. She is one of the artists that doesn't like to use white gouache. She leaves white spaces for the white. So she paints really, really traditional. Landscapes are more from her part of her life, that when she went to Germany, and she lived in Germany for several months and had painted, studied, and made some beautiful works. Some illustrations from books, watercolors. I haven't read all the book. I have started only about her biography, about some of the works I have read already, and it is really inspiring to read. And look at this painting. Look how beautifully looks these watercolors. I'm already looking to take some of her master classes and to just to learn some more from her. It is true that I feel really grateful for knowing the Russian language, and it helps me to learn from such amazing artists like Elena Bazanova. Actually, about Elena Bazanova, I have heard like 2 or 3 months ago, really recently. But it is true that I hear lots of times about very famous artists that I maybe didn't know previously. But once I get to know them, not always those inspires me like too much. For example, I know several artists who are painting really realistically, but I don't know why I'm not that kind of person that I really love to follow along. So I have only a few artists that I like to follow those, and Elena Bazanova is one of those that inspire me a lot. Elena Bazanova as well is one of the artists who recreated the Alice in Wonderland in 2003. She made these beautiful paintings, illustrations for the book Alice in the Wonderworld. And I didn't get the chance, but she was doing as well master classes, and she explained about all the process that took her to create these illustrations. She thought that one of the most difficult work is to recreate illustrations and to understand what the author wants to say in the painting, in the work, that she can't do exactly what the author wanted to tell, and as well to engage kids with the paintings. Still life. Her still life is split into 2 parts. She has still life that she's painting in the city still life, and village that she's farm still life, that she is adding more fresh products from her village, and she recreates those. Here is Elena Bazanova on a masterclass with other artists. I'm really excited about this book because I enjoy the works of Elena Bazanova, and I'm really amazed of her works. In terms of quality of the book, I would say that the book did all her best. We see clearly the colors, the quality of the paper is pretty good. It is clearly seen how she worked. And the format, I prefer, for example, if reading books, I prefer smaller books. But it is true that when it is about the art, it is easier and prettier to have a look on this big book and to watch it in this way. And I think that the size is just perfect. At the beginning I thought that this was too big, but once you are starting to learn each of her paintings, you understand how she did some colors, how she mixed up colors, then you understand that this format is just a good one, because it is explained in an easier way. You see parts of her paintings. And as I mentioned at the beginning, here it is, the masterclass of her main work for this book. I will try to recreate her work. I don't know when, but it seems to be some hours to recreate this work. And that's it. If you have any questions, please leave some questions in comments. I will be happy to answer. I'm still in the process of reading this book, but so far I'm really excited about it. The quality, it is great. The information is what I was looking for. And if you are an aspiring artist, I really recommend it to you. If you are a beginner, it can be that it would be a good addition for your books library, but if you want to learn something new, I don't think that this book is a good book to learn from the beginning. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!